If you are looking to grow on YouTube, I just crossed 1 million views on a single video. I'm going to break down all my strategies on how to do it. Let's jump into the presentation right now. So you see here on YouTube, I have this video here that has over 1 million views. I have other videos with lots of views. If you look at my 28-day average, I generate about 170,000 views every 28 days, and I've generated over 1.6 million views lifetime. And a lot of my content is actually found through the search. So if we go look at this video, you can see that 80% of it is through the search. Here's another video that has ranked very high in the search. And you can see that this gets about 73 views every 48 hours, all through the YouTube search and through the external search. If you look here, you can see that in the external section, the Google search directs a lot of people to this video as well. Here's another video, quite a few views, generating views through the search. Okay, so I'm going to break down some of the strategies that I use to rank these videos. And the first one is understanding SEO. So one of the SEO tools that I use is called Glimpse, and I'll put a link below this video if you're interested in using it. What Glimpse does is it lays over Google Trends. So if I open Glimpse, you'll see it brings me to Google Trends. And one of the videos that I ranked very high for was this video on Mavely. And you see, I titled this video Mavely App. So I was targeting the keyword Mavely, and then I used Glimpse. So I typed in Mavely as my keyword. And I came down here and I saw what search term, so this is what Glimpse gives you, what search term goes along with Mavely. And Mavely App was essentially the long tail keyword. The short tail keyword is Mavely. The long tail keyword is Mavely App. So I titled that video Mavely App. And now when you go on Google and you search for the term Mavely and you go to videos, you'll see that my video ranks very high on the Google search. And when you go to YouTube itself and you look up Mavely, you'll see again that my 2 videos rank very high up here at the top. So I'm now going to jump into some more specific strategies. That's one strategy, is ranking them for SEO. Another strategy that I want to go over is the searchable YouTube shorts. So this video that has over 1 million views, this is a YouTube short, and this YouTube short is being found through the search. So this video has over 1 million views, and it's interesting because this is a YouTube short that is actually being searched for. So when I first created this presentation, this video only had 79,000 views, and now it has over 1 million, and all those views are coming through the YouTube search. Now what I did is on that YouTube short, I can then do what's called a related video and drive traffic from my YouTube short into a long form YouTube video. And so on one of my other videos, this video here, I actually directed people to this video over this period of time through the related short. So what does that mean? Well, if I go to this YouTube short, like I said, this YouTube short has over 1 million views. You'll see here I have what's called a related video. So somebody sees this YouTube short, they find it through the search, they then click on this related video here, and it directs them to this video. So this is a video about a software that I promote. It's an affiliate marketing software, a digital product software. So if you're looking to sell courses or ebooks or make money online, I would encourage you to watch this video. But if I go to my analytics, I can see that the majority of the traffic from this video comes through something called the related short, meaning that I'm driving traffic from the YouTube short to this long form video. And I have 803 views on this video in the last about 24 days. The majority of them are coming through the related shorts feature. So that is a huge thing, guys, is because you can basically rank YouTube shorts and then drive them into a long form VSL, video sales letter, or a video that's maybe designed to make you money. How to do related videos is you simply go to any of the YouTube shorts and you'll see here in the details section, you can add a related video. If I go to details, you can see I have my related video here, and I can change that video as much as I'd like. And what I do is I have multiple YouTube shorts that are being found through the search that drive people into one single video to kind of juice that video and to give it a large amount of views. And that's what I'm doing on this video here. So it's not just one YouTube short that's driving traffic. It's not just one related short. It's multiple related shorts are driving people. And this is how this video is getting 58 views, per day passively through the related shorts feature. So that's a huge feature, guys, is the related shorts feature. And you can see when you do that, you just have this very steady growth. And you see that steady growth here, and you see it on this other example too. Very steady growth coming through the related shorts and the suggested videos. The next thing that you would want to do is what is called an end screen. So at the end of your YouTube videos, it will recommend other YouTube videos. So if we go to, let's say, this video on Mavely here, if I go to the very end of this video, you see that these videos pop up. So this is directing them at the end of this video. It's advertising other videos. So if somebody was to click, let's say, on this playlist, well, then they would go directly into another series of videos that I wanted to direct them to. So this will increase something called session time. How much time are they spending on your YouTube channel? Not just watching one video, but going through multiple videos. Okay, so at the end of your video, you can add end screens. It's very easy to do. You simply come to your editor, and then you add an end screen, okay? And you see here on this video, I have 3 end screens. And you can even select them. So let's say I delete this one. I can hover on it, and then I can delete it. Well, then I can add an additional one, and I can add a video, a playlist, my subscribe link, or a channel link. So I'm going to add, let's say, a playlist, and then I can select what playlist I want to do it. So I'm going to check that playlist there, and then I can move where that end screen is. So I'll move it right there in the middle, and then I'll click save. Okay, and then you'll see here at the end of this video too, there's more end screens. So the end screens are a really powerful feature for YouTube, and adding them to the end of your videos to direct them to other ones. And adding them is very simple. Just go there and then you add your videos. The next thing that I want to highlight is the community tab. A lot of people don't know about the community tab on YouTube, but it is a very, very powerful feature. And with the community tab, it's a place where you can essentially post things. So a lot of people think, oh, I can only upload videos to YouTube. Actually, you can do post. You can do image post, image polls, text polls, quizzes, or even link other videos. And so what I like to do is I like to use my community tab to promote other people's platforms, or you can use the community tab to promote other people's platforms, or OPP. And here's an example of this. This was a long time ago, but back when my YouTube channel was small, I had about 1,600 subscribers. Well, I teamed up with a guy named Corey ASMR. Both of us have grown a lot since then. He has over 500,000 followers. I have over 5,000 followers. But back when I had a little bit of followers, we collaborated. We made a podcast together, this podcast here, and then I asked Corey to share it on his community tab. He then shared it on his community tab, and that video ended up being one of my most popular videos. What happened was he essentially shared my podcast to his large channel, directing people from his channel into my channel. And you can see that there's this giant spike in impressions and views right there when Corey shared it out to his network. And if you compare this to my normal amount of reach, this was a long time ago, it pretty much 10x'd, over 10x the amount of impressions that I got. And you see the sharp spike in total impressions, and that came through Corey's sharing that on his community tab. And I can even see that in the YouTube analytics, that channel pages, meaning the community tab, equated to 89% of the total views on the video. So if you're looking to utilize the community tab, what I would try to focus on is people who have large YouTube followings. Like if somebody who doesn't have any subscribers or any views shares it out through their community tab, it's not going to really relate to a lot more views. So you want to find other YouTubers who have a large following and then create collaborative content with them and then ask them to share it out on their community tab. And these were just some tips on what you could do to optimize those videos to rank through the search and to, really optimize for views and for performance of that video. Another thing that you can do is playlist or niche or group playlists. So on YouTube, there's playlist. So you can create a playlist and you can actually do something called a group playlist. So maybe you and a collection of people could create a playlist together, not just your videos, but multiple videos. So here's a playlist as well of my videos, but maybe this playlist actually has 5 different people's videos, right? And you all drive traffic into this playlist, which grows all of you guys collectively, right? Because it drives them from one person's video to the next person's video, to the next person's video, to the next person's video. And all of your channels grow by promoting this single playlist. So this can be done in a group or within a company or among a group of collaborative creators. And each video drives people to the next video. Another thing that you can do is YouTube podcasting. So YouTube just released a YouTube podcast. And YouTube is actually the largest platform for podcast listeners. More people listen to podcasts on YouTube than any other platform. Also, 65% of listeners discover podcasts on YouTube. So it's not only the preferred platform for people listening to podcasts, but it also has the highest discoverability. And so I would really, really focus on YouTube podcasts because it's a new feature that they just released. They ended what was called Google Podcasts, and they're now called YouTube Podcasts. So if you go to youtube.com/podcast, you'll see that there's this new kind of feature on YouTube where they highlight all these different podcasts. So all of these are YouTube videos, but they're also YouTube podcasts. And you can see the different YouTube podcast playlists down here. So it's another method of discovery. And YouTube podcasts, like I said, they're also YouTube videos, but they also allow you to listen to them in an audio-only format. And YouTube podcasts are very easy to do. Essentially, a YouTube podcast is just a form of a YouTube playlist. So if I come here to my playlist on YouTube, you can see that I have a number of playlists, but only some of them are categorized as podcast. So I can also go to my podcasting tab and I see my 3 different podcasts here. And each podcast has its own analytics center. Okay, so I can see the different analytics just for this particular podcast and a breakdown of all these different podcast episodes. Okay, so podcasting is a huge feature on YouTube. And I would highly encourage you, if you are thinking about starting a podcast, to focus that podcast primarily on YouTube, because that's where the majority of people are listening and discovering podcasts. The next thing that we can talk about is tagging people. So in your YouTube descriptions, you can tag people. You do the @ and then you can tag their channel. And that is an easy way to support other people's channels and to grow together. And then once you have them in the description, you can see that it hyperlinked both of the channels there in the description. So now I can then easily drive people from one channel into the next. Another thing is researching competitors. These are some tools that you might want to use to research competitors. And these lay over the top of YouTube. And so if I go to my YouTube channel and I look here, I have all these additional analytics here where I can actually go to other people's videos. So let me go to somebody else's video. Let's say this video here with Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, well, I can look at this video and I can actually analyze it and look at all of the video tags, and I can do a little bit of research here to see what they did to rank this video. So their channel tags and then their video tags, and it will even give me some comparative information or some ranking information. So these are Google plugins that lay over the top of Google that get you additional information. And there's a lot of different ones. There's Social Blade, there's Creator ML, there's vidIQ, there's a View Stats, there's TubeBuddy. So there's multiple different of these YouTube tools that can give you additional insights and information on YouTube videos, your videos, and other people's videos that will help with the performance of your video. So like I said, Creator ML, vidIQ, TubeBuddy, View Stats, Social Blade are all great tools, and they give you these enhanced analytics on your YouTube videos. Another thing that you should be doing is what is called cross promotion. So sharing your YouTube videos out on all these other social media platforms, then driving them into your YouTube videos. So promoting your YouTube video on TikTok, promoting your YouTube video on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on all these different social media platforms, you can drive people into the platform to increase views. So this is just called cross promotion. You're cross promoting your YouTube channel, driving people from all your other social media channels into the YouTube channel. Now, translating your course into multiple languages, we have a software that actually allows you to do this. If you're interested in learning more, I'll put a video below about translating your material into multiple different languages. But on YouTube, you can actually translate your videos and add different types of translations. And the reason that you might want to do this, because if you're only trying to appeal to the audience in the United States, that's only 4.3% of the world's global population. When you decide to communicate to the entire world, you increase your potential audience size by almost 2,000% just by targeting not only English, but other languages as well. So you can increase your potential audience size a lot just by translating your current videos into other languages. The next thing that you want to do is you obviously want to optimize your titles, your descriptions, and your tags. So the reason that you would want to do this is because you want to rank through the YouTube search and increase your click-through rate, meaning when people see your video, there's multiple different elements that play into why they click on it. And that relates to the titles, the descriptions, and the tags, and also the YouTube thumbnails. So you'll see on all these videos, they have a thumbnail, and then they also have a title. And some things that you want to think about for your titles is the SEO, right? So you use the glimpse tool. And if, let's say, you're making a video on how to cook pasta, well, maybe I would type in pasta, and then I would look at what are people looking for using the glimpse tool in relationship to pasta. So maybe instead of making a video on pasta, maybe I make a video on a pasta salad recipe, since that's searched a lot. That's a long tail keyword. It's not going to be as competitive as pasta, but I can still compete on that. And there's a lot of search volume on that particular thing. And then in the description, I might want to include all of these different types of keywords. And it's really easy to grab all these keywords. All you have to do is click here on Open in Google Sheets, and it will actually take all of these keywords and then put them into a Google Sheet, so then you can really easily copy them and then add them to a description. And so one of the things that I could do is I could copy all these particular keywords, and then I could ask AI. So I could go to an AI like Claude. I can put in all those keywords, and I could say, write me a video script focusing on all of these SEO keywords. And it will even write me a video script utilizing all of those high volume keywords that the Glimpse tool gave me. So that's a pretty easy way to use SEO on your YouTube channel combined with AI. And there's obviously some other tricks and tips here as well. Another thing is utilizing the YouTube analytics, guys. YouTube gives you a lot of information about your channel. And to do that, you just go to your YouTube studio, you click on analytics. And one of the things that I like to look at is content. So I go to content, and then I look at videos, and then I look at how are people discovering my videos? Well, a lot of it is through the YouTube search. And then I can click on YouTube search and see the exact keywords that people are searching for in order to find my channel. So you're posting videos, you're getting data, you're getting information, and then you're optimizing your video based upon the data that you're getting. So I obviously get a lot of searches for the Mavely affiliate program. And so I'm going to make a lot more videos about the Mavely affiliate program because that's how the majority of people are discovering my channel. So that's utilizing the analytics on YouTube to make higher quality videos or more targeted videos for your audience. The next thing that you want to do is you want to create high quality thumbnails. And I have some recommendations on how to create high quality thumbnails. Here are some thumbnails that I just pulled off. And you'll notice that a lot of these are just videos on YouTube in general. The thumbnails have a very particular style. So look at some of the YouTube video thumbnails over here. What do almost all of them have in common? Well, all of them have really a human face on them, right? They all have pretty much three elements. They have a title, they have big, bold text. You'll notice that a lot of them have just some bold text. Maybe it's 500,000 or numbers. And almost every single one of them has a human face. Why? Well, the human face is the most eye-catching thing that you can put on any type of marketing. Have you ever felt like somebody has been watching you or looking at you? You feel like you're being watched or looked at? Well, that is an instinctual drive. That is an instinctual reaction to want to make eye contact with other people. And so the best type of YouTube thumbnail, and if we look at some of these, multiple of them are making eye contact with you through the screen. And they all have a small amount of text, and a lot of them include numbers as well. So if we look at these, a lot of them include numbers. So the things that stand out to people are human faces, numbers, bold text, contrasting colors, and corporate logos like the McDonald's logo, the Amazon logo. Things that are really easily recognizable are other good things to put onto your YouTube channel. Another thing that you can do is called YouTube Remixes. So YouTube Remixes allow you to create short form videos out of your long form videos very easily. And I do have a video tutorial that goes over this right here that I will put in the chat if anybody's interested in watching it. But essentially, you just go to one of your long form videos, and when you click on the YouTube Remix button on your long form video, you can then turn that long form video into a YouTube short effortlessly, literally within minutes with no other editing. It's all done within the YouTube app itself. And it's one of the fastest ways to create YouTube shorts is by utilizing what is called the YouTube Remix feature. So it's an incredibly powerful feature and it allows you to create YouTube shorts within the YouTube app seamlessly in like 2 minutes. You can literally create a YouTube short out of a long form YouTube video in 2 minutes utilizing the YouTube Remix feature. And I'll put the video below if you want to learn how to do a YouTube remix. The next thing that you can do is you can actually run paid traffic to your YouTube channel, and it's pretty easy to do. So I tested this out, and you can see here that 75% of the traffic to this particular video came through YouTube advertising. And so if you have a video that's doing well on YouTube, you can simply drive additional traffic to that video, juice it a little bit with paid advertising. So I'm going to stop the tutorial here. We have a lot more to teach you on YouTube. If you're interested in a free YouTube course, I'm going to put a free YouTube course right below this video, absolutely 100% free. So if you're interested in learning about more YouTube growth strategies, hacks, tips, tricks, and secrets, go ahead and download my free YouTube course below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more tutorials, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.